Yo, what's up? I just figured I'd give a bit of a rundown of what's been going on with me and talk about starting a new channel, or, sort of starting a new way of doing the channel. What's that? It's hard to do this just speaking into the camera thing because it seems so, the words that come to mind are things like corny and lame, and as soon as I say that I know that whatever I'm feeling about it, if I'm using words like corny and lame, then it's actually more about my own shame and weird ideas about whether it's okay for me to be talking into a camera like this and sharing my feelings and my thoughts, whatever. So just moving right past that. The last couple of months have been crazy. I've just come out of a really significant long-term relationship that I thought was going really good, and then I kind of just started getting really anxious and up in my head and trying to understand how I was feeling, and I basically felt like I needed to get out of the relationship to get back to myself in a way, and that was heartbreaking. It's never easy to leave someone that you love. It's never easy to communicate why you have to leave if you feel like that. But that's where I was at, and I've just been processing that ever since. One of the upsides, I guess, is that I do feel more connected to myself. I do feel kind of like me again. I felt kind of trapped and not trapped, but I was playing a part, and I don't know, looking back, how long I was playing that part for, and at what point it went from just playing a part a little bit to that being like everything, and not really knowing where one thing starts and one thing ends. But I didn't realize that I was so depressed and anxious, but I was. And when I realized that I'd have to break up with my partner, who was my fiance at that point, I had the worst anxiety of my life. The worst. I just hated it. I hated feeling like that. I hated realizing that was what was going on with me, and trying to understand all that and unpack it was really tough. Took me weeks. It took me a whole week just to talk to her, talk about how I was feeling. And I'm not going to beat myself up for that, I guess. Emotions are tough and tricky and complex, and I handled it the best that I could. But now I'm here. We broke up and then got back together, and then broke up for good, and now I'm back at my parents, and got my little room set up, still paying rent on the house that we shared, and so probably just going to stay here until that's all sorted out, and then find a place to live. That's like the next on the agenda. But in the meantime, I'm reconnecting with all my music stuff in a really major way. It's really tough to navigate when your ideas about the future don't work out. When you have these plans and these ideas about what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, and then that doesn't happen. And so you got to readjust. And a big thing is, for me, just, taking time, being okay with taking time for myself, and expressing myself, trying to be grateful every day. Sometimes it can be hard to be grateful, but thinking about how good my life is in general, the things that I have that make me unhappy are fairly privileged things to be unhappy about. I feel like a very, very lucky person, despite going through some pretty tough times right now. But that's okay. Tough times happen, and I'll still be here, keeping on, and living this life. I'm really grateful for my music and my creativity to be able to express myself and explore that. Unpacking a lot of my own shit around that, feeling, I don't know, weirdly caught up in different ideas of how I'm supposed to be or how I'm supposed to express myself. And on top of that, just my own laziness, procrastination, getting in my own way, Again, entitlement of feeling like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I had to work very hard for anything in my life. Not that I had a lot, not that everything was just given to me, but school wasn't hard, uni wasn't particularly hard. The jobs I've had don't feel super hard. It's a lot to unpack. So I always felt like I worked pretty hard on my music, but I think I could be a lot more consistent. It's a lot of doing it when I feel like it and when the mood feels right, and then leaving it for months at a time when it doesn't feel right, or when something easier comes along that sort of fills that hole. So yeah, really trying to work on that, and this is part of that. Reaching out from me to you, whoever you are watching this video. I hope that you can listen to it and relate a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe you just judge the fuck out of me. It's whatever. It's not really the point of making the video. The point is the making. Getting my thoughts and feelings out. Sharing that. I'm really struggling today with the breakup. I was doing okay this morning, but she messaged me this afternoon around lunch, and she's struggling. She's probably struggling worse than I am. I was the one that said I needed to leave and did so, and it's just, I still really care about her and really want her to be happy, and it's hard not to feel like guilty or bad because my decisions have led someone else to feel really bad. But I have to be true to myself. I have to be true to how I'm feeling, and I just know that I did what I had to do to, protect myself, to be able to understand myself and to heal, and it's a tough thing, but it just is what it is. I found that talking really helps. Talking really helps a lot. So I'm trying to do as much of that as possible. Talking about how I'm feeling, talking about the things I've been going through. Listening to sad music doesn't always help. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it just makes me feel shit. I think it's hard to really find anything that makes you feel better. Nothing really makes you feel better. You just feel shit, sad, lost, hurting, confused, lonely, anxious, worry that you've just fucked up your own life, worry that you've just fucked up someone else's life. But who knows, I think about the ideas of the decisions that we make and free will and stuff, and I didn't choose to fall in love. That was kind of something that happens. I just felt it and I responded to it, and I kept responding to it and navigating that feeling and that emotional landscape, and then I didn't choose to feel like I needed to be single again. It was just something that I felt, I wanted to be happy. I wanted to feel like what I wanted was to stay in the relationship and try to work through it and try to figure things out, but that's also not how I felt. So yeah, not a lot of good out of wishing you could have done differently, because you didn't do differently. You did what you wanted. You did what you did. You know? And you've got that choice every moment. You know? You've got that choice to do what you want to do, you know, weighing up the influence of your parents or your friends or your family or the people that you love, your significant other. At the end of the day, you're charged with making yourself happy first and foremost, and you have to be able to trust that and listen to that, follow that compass wherever it leads you. It's a rainy day here in Brisbane. It's been raining all weekend, so that doesn't help my mood. But I get excited about thinking about what's coming. You know, I have this funny way of, you know, when I'm working on something that I'm excited about, it fires me up in a big way. And yeah, I'm just feeling very lucky to have that passion. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't really have that thing, and that's tough. You know, you got to navigate a world without at least that compass in your life. So yeah, very, very grateful to be doing that and just doing the work that comes with it. I've been writing a heap, trying to push forward songs that are already finished in the mixing stage, looking at how I can, you know, reach out and share my stuff with the world, share my music with all the y'all. Researching all of that, found some good resources. Yeah. Fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy the way that life changes and turns, and, you know, you just have to make the best of what you got and the time that you have. You don't know how much time you got, so fuck, you gotta go get it today, right now. Appreciate y'all listening. If you stay this long, hopefully it won't be this long. I'll edit it down or something, cut out all the ums and ahs. See ya.